And we are live. Hell yeah. We finally made it.
Hell yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray, indeed. Right. So here's the geographical map. Most of you, as we've discussed previously, are already on the ship, the Queen's Gambit. For you who is not, Celia, if we're going to move this ship on over to Brujas. Alright, so we'll start off with your perspective, Celia. The town that you're in is a small port town. Many cobblestone plaster buildings, mainly white walls, kind of that eggshellish color that plaster gets, especially after the wear and tear of sand and sun. A lot of clay stone tiles. For the first roll of the game, make a perception check.
We got a nat 20.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Wow! Hell yeah! That's a great
my
first
God,
roll. That's a
welcome to the
great.
reaction.
Wow! Wow!
So everybody was so hyped.
My gosh, that's insane for a first roll. Wow. That's. I mean, hey, good times.
Watch this be my only good roll.
Oh my gosh! I've been thinking.
I mean, hey, you did take a natural 20 from me earlier, so.
True.
Yeah. With that nat 20, as you look through the, with your perception, you kind of see it all. You even catch the captain leaving her quarters. Tall, very tall for a human, at least like 6'5". She kind of is like very proportional though. She doesn't really look like she doesn't have like very long legs or anything like that. She just kind of looks almost kind of like orcish to a degree, where they just have like a very strong stance and a very strong presence to them. You see her walking out, black hair, kind of cut at her jawline, full on kind of like it's almost either a corporal jacket or a pirate jacket, blue, like a dark navy blue, over the shoulders, red lining off the side, gold buttons, pretty nicely dressed. At her side, she has at least 2 guns and a sword. You're not sure if she has anything else. You see by her another first mate, tattoos on her face, like light tattoos, like maybe they're either teardrops or like lines on her nose and her cheeks and her face. She seems to be either from the Confederation of the Sands or the other Brujas nation. You know that specifically because on her, she has a large book on her side that is, it seems to be like a grimoire, and it seems to be written in Spanish. So you, for the most part, just kind of guess it. On the other ship, the rest of the ship, the rest of the crew, like I said before, they seem more like scholarly. They don't seem very threatening. There's a lot of different people from Maracas, a few humans, but it's a pretty diverse crowd.
Got it. Is there more like magic users than anything?
Yes, I would say it seems more like, instead of wizards, it's not necessarily scientists, but it's kind of like arcane scholars, where like they might be someone who is kind of somewhere in between, like an Eldritch Knight or an explorer, an adventurer, where they're kind of more of like a jack of all trades. They don't seem, everyone there seems pretty kind of specialized in their own field, so it's hard to get a good read on anyone specific.
Got it. Okay. So I will. So I'll make my way over towards the captain. And I want her to like pretend that basically like she's like she trips or something, and she just bumps into the captain.
All right, make a performance check for me with advantage.
Watch fail.
Yo,
Okay.
21, nice job.
Another one?
All right, yeah.
Well, I'm watching you never roll anything good ever again, and it's not happening.
That's crazy. Yeah, whatever you're looking to do, you're definitely successful in doing it. As you approach her, you perfectly time it. Where there's even like a stone that looks like it was out of place, and you just happen to trip and fall and bump into her. And she grabs you underneath her. Like, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'7".
Okay,
So
so
pretty,
you trip into her, and she like full on like kind of like catches you, and you look up, and she's it's almost like they're like a full head in front of her, like she's like a giant or something, and she's kind of like holding your arms. She pulls you up. Are you okay?
Yeah, now.
Oh, what are you doing here in the port town?
Oh, Oh, I was just grabbing some food, but I saw your ship come in. Interesting crew you got.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we're just stopping by, trying to get our last couple of guests before we head off into the shores.
Oh, so you're heading off Kingfisher Shores, right?
Yes, you've heard of it.
I've, dabbled in some books now and then, but do you need any extra crew members?
Oh, yes. That's why we're here. We're trying to get just a little bit less, a little more supplies, and then we're gonna head on up there. We're probably going to leave within a couple of hours at most. I mean, if you're already stopping and coming through, we really only need one or two more people. It was more of a supply check, so we can make it shorter even.
Perfect. I would love to join.
All right. Do you need to stop anywhere before I can pull down the? She lowers down a kind of like a wooden ramp that goes onto the dock itself. Walks down. Oh well, she was already down. Sorry. She caught you and everything. She points up to the wooden ramp and well, you're more welcome to introduce yourself to talk to the crew. I'm going to go out there. Nice to meet you, I guess.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for catching.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right. She strolls off.
Immediately as you enter the boat, you see a 2.5 foot tall, you think it's a Duragar? You're not sure. They have iridescent, like, hair that shines off the sun, and you're not really sure what color it is. It's pale. And they have a pickaxe and that's connected to a chain that they're just sort of idly twiddling around as they stare off across the horizon.
I would, I think my first thing to do is to just sort of walk over to you and sort of like thrust one of the tacos forward. Like, did you want some?
Oh, that's very kind of you. What is that?
Oh, it's a local cuisine. It's very protected here. You should just try it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And I try it and I wave it up at her for a second before I take a bite. That's not like anything I've ever had. That's very interesting. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Selena. You were saying it wrong before.
Oh.
I was laughing that up.
That's so funny. Why don't you describe yourself as well?
So Selena is 5'7". She has a sort of, she's a human variant. She's just like basic in terms of her build. She's not like super muscular. She has a bit of like muscle definition on her upper body, but that's just about it. She wears sort of like very like caballero type style clothing. So she has like the black pants with the sort of sash and the hat. Just goes back to her being sort of like a revolutionary. And she just has long hair that she just sort of drapes over her shoulder. And a glaive on the back of her back.
Ooh, awesome. All right, so you accept the taco. You
I enjoyed and thanked the taco for the taco.
Right after, I'm like, we're lifelong friends now.
That sounds great. My friends call me Damascus, but my favorite name is Yop, but it's only for special occasions.
That's amazing, yeah. I love it.
Yes, this is a special occasion.
Tacos, special occasion.
As you two are eating tacos, does anyone else come up to join them, or is it just a two-person taco party?
I think I'm gonna join in here. So you see, about 6 foot tall satyr dude. He's in some pretty average clothing, some traveler's clothing, nothing too fancy, nothing out of the way there. A little bit lanky, a little bit tall. Got some nice blonde locks that go around behind his horns, and a very suave looking mustache. Really round out his whole character. I'll walk up and be like, "Oh yeah, what you guys got there? It's been a minute since I had anything to eat, so I'd love to test out what you guys got going on there."
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I just bit into it, but you can have it. I'm so full
Oh
right now.
no, I thought you I was gonna go grab some. But if you're willing to share, we can go halvesies on the taco.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all about the halvesy.
I mean, I'm very small. You can have my half.
Oh, all right. How are we splitting this taco? Hot dog wise or hamburger wise?
Just take it. It's really fine. I accept the gift. I'm very grateful.
You're making me feel like I'm taking something now. I was just I feel like I'm being.
Well, I mean, you did come over here and like.
All right, I don't need a taco. I don't need a taco. It's all right. Hi, I'm Dover. Nice to meet you.
Damascus.
Selena's like recovering from a laugh right now.
Can I be
Constitution
walking
saving throw.
over? I'd be walking over as they're arguing.
All right, you see a group of 3. I mean, they look relatively normal in comparison to everyone else on the crew. They look kind of the same. You see 3 people fighting over a taco, and you kind of understand why.
It is not poisonous.
The food.
I don't know. You guys are making this a bigger deal than it is. I just asked what kind of tacos you had. You know, it was really just all that was it.
I simply tried to give him the taco. He got offended that I tried to give him the taco.
I was not
Is
offended.
there-
All right, stop.
is there
You don't need to speak
problem
for me.
here?
Okay. No, there's no problem here. Nothing's wrong.
We don't need to call the captain, do we?
No. Just
Hey,
let
you know,
them
calm
fight.
down, buddy. Calm down, buddy.
Selena.
As long,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
as long as everyone is not causing any damage, I suppose we're fine.
I suppose so too.
So we have what are the names again? So we have Astra, we have Topher. What's your name? I'm sorry. We have Topher and we have Yap.
Damascus is fine.
Oh yeah. So then she basically just asked the comer what his name.
Yes. My name is Osra. I'm a captain of another ship, but it's indisposed right now, so we are. I'm following it on this one.
The captain returns back from her trip. She's carrying a crate. It's pretty large. She puts it down near a couple of the others, addressing her crew. Oh, all right. Does anyone else have anything need in town before we head off to the Fish Islands?
I'm all set.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm all fine and dandy right here.
All right. Well, everyone knows their places. Crew up. Bring up the sails.
Check for a second. I rolled one of his like actions and I got a nat 20.
Yeah, before the stream started, you rolled my attack and you got a natural 20, and now I'm cursed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's so
I think now, after whatever happens with the crew, I'm gonna go into the front and do a little Titanic, I'm the king of the world, just to boost up my morale. Morale.
I would say that overall, you really don't feel like many people like you on the ship.
Oh, God.
It's
God.
kind of sad. You were expecting like kind of adventure. Like you came from a small town. You didn't really know much about privateering or like even sailing in general. So you expected everything you knew was from books and like stories you've seen and like people have told you. So you really weren't expecting just the discomfort you felt where people just kind of. It's not like they dislike you. They just are like, oh shit, it's that guy. Hey. the water splash against the ship, and it says, "Oh snap!"
Damascus takes a long, uncomfortable sip from the water flask, quote unquote.
A barrel of stagnant water. All right.
No, Damascus has a water flask filled with liquor and a water flask filled with regular water.
Are they different flasks? Are they
No,
similar?
they look the same.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is it?
That's such a great idea.
A little hydro flask.
Exactly.
After harassing Topher, Ostra's
I
gonna
call it harassment, yes.
Ostra's gonna climb up to the crow's nest and just join whoever's up there on lookout duty.
Hanging out pensively, the opposite side of you, as you pull yourself up.
You come up here to brood as well, then.
Turning around, you are greeted by where a face should be, there is just an empty skull. No eyes, no mouth, no nothing, just kind of where there should be the inside of the skull in their eye cavities, instead there is just pure blackness, just void.
Turn the opposite direction of him. And
Brooding back to back.
also brood.
As after about 10 minutes of brooding back to back, you feel like a tap on your shoulder. Turning around, you're greeted by, it seems to be like it's kind of a sandwich.
Can I make any sort of investigation?
Oh yeah,
or, like,
in a way. You just kind of take a quick glance at it. It seems alright. The bread seems fine. The bread's definitely bread. Kind of getting underneath that layer, you actually realize this is pretty much just the rations that you've been kind of given, or not really rations, but kind of like the dried meat that you've been giving over the last like couple of days. But it's just been like soaked in like alcohol, or like some type of like liquor scent. And as you like bring it up to your nose, it just reeks of booze. Like it's like you just have like a bottle to your nose.
Well, nothing better to do. I'll chow down.
So you use two swords.
I prefer my bow, but I use swords as well.
You need to be on the front lines of combat in order to truly get the will of your god's love.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that, but no matter how much I trust in her, I just feel a bit safer in the back.
Oh, by her evening glory, you will find your place.
By her glory.
By her glory. And they turn back and just stare back out to the ocean.
Because this is going to be my character's sort of like first time leaving. So
Yes.
I sort of, the whole time that things were going on with Topher, she was just making direct eye contact and sort of chuckling to herself. But once that sort of dies down, she moves on over to like the edge of the ship and sort of puts her hand over the canister, and she takes out like a little sort of like hide, and on that hide is a painting of like different people, like her family basically. She sort of looks out into the land and looks back at the picture, and she whispers to herself "Cuídate," which means like take care of yourself, because she's not sure if she's going to see them again.
Does your family live nearby, or is it like you're pretty far away from them by this point that you're in the port town?
So by this point, she actually doesn't really know. It's been a time, like it's basically been where essentially for their protection they've had to just separate from each other. So she knows that they're she has a feeling that they're probably alive, but she just for her protection she just had to get away.
All right. As you say this, can you roll a perception check for me while you're looking into the ocean?
Okay, yeah. How do you like it, huh? How do you like it?
As you look out into the sea, the waves are splashing against each other. They kind of seem to overtake one another. You see little bodies of fish, little like schools of creatures. You see many a different thing as you are just kind of saying this to yourself, reassuring yourself. And then you see above you, crossing the sun and catching your attention, there's a hawk that flies above, and you watch a feather kind of fall and kind of swoop down, and it almost comes towards you, but then the wind picks it up and kind of flies out, and you watch it land on the water just kind of nicely, and as you go by it, you watch it fly out, you watch it fade into the distance.
Wow.
Okay, so now we're going to do a bit of a time skip here, as over the next month you all live on this ship. You're kind of going in your day in, day out interactions, taking on the job of like taking you all here. She doesn't seem very excited about it. I just
So maybe then I'll just ask. I'll be like, hey, so what brings you to the Kingfisher Shores? Who's sending you here?
well, it's hard to say exactly who. I had an encounter with a individual, a barkeep, on the edges of the third strait, right underneath the mountains there. It's not my first time being there. I think there's some type of chain. It was a bar, very filled with maracas, creatures of all kinds and what have you. There was a large hole in the center. They would occasionally drop people in there, so that led to some mine or something. It was a bustling place. It was pretty fun. The barkeep talked for a bit. Darren or something, Darian, and he gave me this quest. Said there was a ship off in the closest ports. Gave me the name from a man. It was relatively easy. I was quite inebriated by the end of the night, so I don't really know the full details. Nor do I really remember it much. But it was fantastical and magic, and I went down there the next day, talked to the people. They offered me a lot of gold to take a crew of people to the Kingfisher Shores. And I didn't. This isn't even my boat. The boat was provided for me. I just had the captain's vessel, so it's.
Oh, ain't that neat?
Yeah, it's really a pretty good deal.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm just here paying off some work debts. You know the thing. You know.
Oh yeah. We've when I got your the loan, when I bought it out, I would say that I found out about the little lass that you were. Well, I appreciate your chivalrous behavior. Let's just say that there aren't a lot of you hooved individuals that care about a young lady in that way.
You know, you just gotta kind of look out for everybody. You know, I want nobody needs to go through anything too traumatic.
Trauma can be hardening, and sometimes a hard exterior can prevent even the tallest wave from crashing and breaking one down. So do not, while you might be trying to do good, don't forget what you're doing is weakening her.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you there. I understand what you're saying. I really do. However, you know, I just don't think, imprisonment or forced servitude is anything that is good for anybody at the end of the day. I can take on that burden just fine. I'm used to it. But
she slams a shot down on the ground. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't say anything about forced servitude. All right, but
you know, you tend to see it when people are imprisoned. You tend to see some forced servitude here or there. You know, it's a safe leap to make.
It's been a nice drink to have. I'm glad we've had this time to rekindle our friendship. I need to captain the ship. I know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You
Yeah.
should,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I bid you a good night.
I bid you a good night as well.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. And I leave.
All right, all right. As you walk out the door, you're immediately like, oh, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. Wonder what she asked the captain.
Yeah, I try to convince myself that I was not rejected there, and I just say, "Whew, bullet dodged." Am I right? To nobody, just out to the open deck. And I'm gonna go to bed.
One second before we go to the next person. I just need to know. Nah. So many people heard you say that.
Okay.
So many people.
Yeah.
You don't.
I thought I repaired my relationship, but I did not. I'm assuming that rumor will spread. Yes.
No.
Boats aren't exactly made for insulation.
You know.
As you close the door behind you, whispering "bullet dodged," Captain Finnegan on the other side of the door, a smile cracks, and a single tear rolls down her face.
Oh shit! Oh god! Oh,
You had a chance, buddy.
what? Oh my god! I mean, she was talking about forced servitude and that trauma was good for.
Yeah, no,
okay.
she's awful. Dump her
Yeah,
ass.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
All right. So asking around, give me another perception, another investigation check, and give me a second stat as well, a second skill, whatever you choose.
Just a generic second skill.
A generic second skill that you feel that you can use to either convince people or to show people, maybe like the ship you're talking about. Maybe it's like a drawing you have. Maybe it's
Fucking A. Oh wait, can I use? I think I have.
You can use magic as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
You can just roll an Arcana too if you want. And just do
I'm
magic.
I'm not good at Arcana. Can I use? Can I cast Fog Cloud?
Yeah.
But shape it into my ship.
I might know something about your ship. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
You might.
I might. I
And
don't.
what might you know?
I don't want to lead you on. Is my problem. Like it might really be nothing.
Well,
At
the very least,
it's complicated, you know. Like I don't want to sound hokey.
Life is complicated, my friend. I think that I can handle whatever it is you tell me.
Do you follow any faith?
I am in devotion to her ladyship.
Oh, the Evening Glory.
Indeed, born and raised.
Okay. Then this shouldn't be too weird for you. So I follow a small sect, small order of people, kind of similar to your ladyship, in kind of a different way. Have you ever heard of the Lady of the Mists? The Dark Mistress? The,
Name rings a bell.
She's a good god to call upon these seas. And over the years, I've gotten visions of things in my sleep. Every time a fog rolls in, the next night I have these. It's happened 5 or 6 times over my career. Nothing. It's complicated. It's not like I know what happens or see. It's weird. It's like I experienced and see it without actually being there at the same time, without seeing it.
So you're kind of projecting.
I guess it's. While I love the lady, Our Majesty, the Lady of the Mist, I'm not big for devotion. I've seen one too many bullet wounds fester and kill the innocent to really trust in divinity any longer. But she is real and she watches over me, and I know that, and I love her for that. But to get to it, I had a dream the day before you came on the ship. A ship sailing off, similar to your fog creations, but I mean, that wasn't really much for me. But the part that I didn't understand was And I really thought it was just because we were heading to Kingfisher. But they had gone to the island, and when I saw the map, I knew it was the place. I'd seen a top-down version of it. When I saw the map, I immediately recognized it. It's relatively accurate. The problem was that they did not land on the shore, but instead ran it aboard. The billows of the wood shattering, the ship coming crashing down. But that wasn't the weird thing. There was no crew on the ship. It was just a ship afloat, going full speed at the island, coming to a shearing stop, wood splintering everywhere. It was like I was right in front of it, and then it just wasn't anymore. The wood disappeared, it just wasn't there. But there was something. I don't know. I've drinking half of this bottle thinking about it. It's been neighing on me. It's been really hogging on me, and I mean, you understand.
It does sound quite odd. An entire idiotic crew up and vanishing, and then a ship ramming the shoreline.
At full speed, I mean that. It's not even like they ran into ground and like were foggy or anything. They were going. I mean, it's not. I've been on a ship long enough to know that you can't get to those speeds without a crew on board. And but I swear there was not a soul on that deck. It was just. I thought it was just another dream. Obviously, like I saw the mist, but yeah.
Could be some strange magics afloat.
Well, when we come closer, I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for, or we'll all die. But that's
one or the other. The circle continues.
She raises her bottle towards you. All right. So that will end our time skip here. So coming into this next part, all four of you, as about the night before, the captain. You guys are all on this page, right? Yeah, you are. Okay, cool. The captain, as shown from the side angle shot, she climbs up onto the side of the railing, addressing the crew. Can I get all your attention, please? Come on. You all come together. Oh, okay. So we'll be approaching Kingfisher Shores within the next 12, 16 hours or so. Can't be entirely sure how close we are. We are coming up on it, though, and it's... I'll be real here, none of you can really get away at this point. It's quite dangerous. Deadly, even. Well, we don't know it's deadly. No one's come back. But, it's not looking great. All of you knew this to a degree. You're not all quite... I mean, maybe you are. But you... What I'm trying to do is try to inspire some resolve into you all. To go get it and do what you need to do. I, for the most part, will stay on my ship, going around your island, looking for any trouble, anything out of the ordinary. For the most part, I'll stay on your southern shores, and I will watch over you. I myself will not be standing on that sand. If you attempt to try to make me, I will shoot you dead. But we don't need to get there. So, you all, when we come up tomorrow morning, you will all be brought to the shores. We'll drop anchor, go down there. You'll be dropped off. I'll watch from a distance. You'll check out the cube. We'll be here for 3-4 days, probably. Try to figure out what you can. Do what you were assigned to do from your respective rulers, or lieges, or whatever the fuck you want to do, because you're all paid independently and not really my crew. And I'm just here to steal
real quick. Just to make sure, you called this meeting to tell us all that we might possibly die, and to go do the stuff that we were already going to do. Just checking. Sure.
Yes, and if you try to rope me along into your shenanigans, I will kill you in cold blood. That too.
Okay, makes sense.
Don't forget about that.
Very solid.
Yes.
I feel like wrong reason to call a meeting, but I respect it nonetheless.
It doesn't seem like a bad reason.
This definitely could have been an email. Yeah, a little message cantrip. I feel like it could have been that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this puts an unnecessary, like, conflict between us where one didn't exist before.
Well, like I've said, all of you will probably disappear from existence or die when I wake up tomorrow. So I
And
don't
what
really.
if
I
you
don't really.
disappear from existence and don't wake up tomorrow?
It won't be my
Okay,
problem
I
then,
feel-
will it?
I feel like that's, she's the captain. I get it. We gotta get out of here though, Damascus. Let's calm down now.
As you all finish off your talking, the captain kind of goes off on her own ways. You end up, as the night comes through, kind of just crashing into your cot. Not really sure what the next day is going to bring you, but it doesn't look great. Tensions are definitely high. You're all able to fall asleep relatively well, as the kind of the rocking of the ship has really lulled you into a sense of kind of like aching and longing to be off the island or off the boat. And by the time night rolls around, you're pretty exhausted.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help